Welcome to Audiobooks Vault. In this video, we will summarize the book Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Let's start. Introduction. Imagine a world where every interaction is a sale. Whether you're persuading a client, negotiating a raise, or convincing your child to finish their homework, life is a constant exchange of ideas, values, and decisions. Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone is not just a book about sales, it's a survival guide for navigating this exchange with power and purpose. What if I told you that the difference between living a life of mediocrity and achieving greatness boils down to mastering one skill? Sales. Whether you realize it or not, you're selling every single day, to your boss, your peers, your family, and most importantly, to yourself. This book doesn't just teach you how to sell products or services, it reveals how selling is the key to unlocking confidence, financial freedom, and unstoppable success. Cardone doesn't sugarcoat the truth. The world is divided into two types of people, those who sell and those who get sold. Which side will you choose? With razor-sharp strategies, transformative insights, and actionable tips, Sell or Be Sold will challenge everything you thought you knew about persuasion and influence. If you're tired of playing small and ready to take massive action, this book is your blueprint. It's not just about closing deals, it's about dominating life. Open these pages and prepare to discover the ultimate weapon to crush obstacles, shatter limits, and seize your destiny. Don't just read this book, live it. The choice is yours. Sell or Be Sold. Chapter 1. Selling: A Way of Life. Grant Cardone opens the book by presenting the idea that selling is not just a profession, it's a fundamental part of life. He argues that everyone is constantly selling something, whether it's a product, an idea, or even themselves. Selling is woven into the fabric of human interaction, and mastering it is essential to achieving success, not just in business, but in every area of life. Cardone emphasizes that selling is not limited to professional salespeople. Parents sell ideas to their children, job seekers sell their skills to potential employers, and even individuals in relationships sell their value to one another. Understanding that selling is about convincing others to see the value in what you offer is the first step toward embracing it as a skill that can transform your life. He also highlights the mindset shift necessary to excel in selling. To succeed, you need to view selling not as a chore or an activity reserved for specific situations, but as a way of life that touches everything you do. Cardone encourages readers to see sales as an opportunity to serve others by helping them solve problems or fulfill needs. The chapter concludes by urging readers to take responsibility for their success by becoming proactive and confident in their ability to sell. Chapter 2. Salespeople make the world go round. In this chapter, Cardone stresses the vital role salespeople play in the global economy and society. Salespeople are the driving force behind businesses, innovations, and even societal progress. He explains that nothing happens without a sale, products don't get made, services don't get delivered, and economies don't grow. From the clothes you wear to the phone you use, everything you own is the result of someone selling something. Cardone dispels common stereotypes about salespeople, pointing out that they are often misunderstood or undervalued. He challenges the notion that selling is a manipulative or dishonest practice, asserting instead that it is an essential and honorable profession. Salespeople are problem solvers who bridge the gap between companies and consumers, enabling progress and prosperity. The chapter also explores the qualities that make great salespeople. According to Cardone, they possess an unshakable belief in the value of what they're selling and are driven by a sense of purpose. He argues that being a salesperson requires resilience, adaptability, and the ability to handle rejection. The chapter serves as a call to action for readers to take pride in the profession of selling and recognize its broader impact on the world. Chapter 3. Professional or amateur. In this chapter, Cardone draws a sharp distinction between professional and amateur salespeople, explaining that the difference lies in their mindset, approach, and level of commitment. He argues that professionals take selling seriously and treat it as a craft that requires constant improvement, while amateurs view it as a temporary job or something they do out of necessity. Cardone outlines the habits and attitudes that set professionals apart. Professionals are dedicated to learning and refining their skills. They invest in training, seek feedback, and constantly work to improve their techniques. Amateurs, on the other hand, rely on luck, guesswork, or superficial charm, often leading to inconsistent results. One of the key points in this chapter is the importance of preparation. Cardone explains that professionals are always prepared, they know their product inside and out, anticipate objections, and tailor their approach to meet the needs of their clients. Amateurs, however, often lack knowledge about their product or fail to understand the customer's needs, resulting in missed opportunities. The chapter also delves into the significance of persistence and discipline. Professionals don't give up at the first sign of rejection, they see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. They maintain a consistent work ethic and treat selling as a long-term endeavor rather than a short-term transaction. Cardone challenges readers to evaluate their own approach to selling and decide whether they want to be amateurs or professionals. He emphasizes that professionalism in selling is not just about achieving financial success, but also about building credibility, trust, and long-term relationships. The chapter concludes with the reminder that becoming a professional requires effort, but the rewards are well worth it. Chapter 4. The Greats. In this chapter, Grant Cardone examines what separates the greatest salespeople from the average. According to him, the greats in any field are not born with special abilities but cultivate their greatness through relentless effort, self-discipline, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. He argues that exceptional salespeople are made, not born, and anyone willing to dedicate themselves to mastering the craft of selling can join their ranks. Cardone identifies key traits that define great salespeople. One of the most important is a hunger for success. The greats are not content with mediocrity, they have an insatiable drive to improve and achieve more. They also possess a positive attitude, which allows them to remain optimistic and solution-focused, even in the face of challenges. Another distinguishing characteristic of great salespeople is their ability to stay consistent. They approach every sales interaction with the same level of energy, preparation, and enthusiasm, whether they are working with a new prospect or a returning customer. This consistency builds trust and credibility, which are essential for long-term success. Cardone also emphasizes the importance of continuous learning. The greats never stop improving, they read books, attend workshops, seek mentorship, and learn from their own experiences. They are always looking for ways to refine their skills and adapt to changing market conditions. The chapter serves as a motivational call for readers to emulate these traits and commit themselves to the path of greatness. Cardone concludes by reminding readers that becoming one of the greats requires effort, but the rewards, financial, professional, and personal, are worth the investment. Chapter 5. The Most Important Sale. In this chapter, Cardone reveals what he believes to be the most critical sale anyone will ever make: selling themselves to themselves. He argues that self-belief is the foundation of all success in sales and life. If you don't fully believe in yourself, your product, or your ability to deliver value, it will be impossible to persuade others to believe in you. Cardone highlights that self-confidence doesn't happen by accident, it must be cultivated intentionally. He encourages readers to start by identifying and addressing any doubts or insecurities they have about themselves or their abilities. By eliminating negative self-talk and replacing it with affirmations of confidence and capability, individuals can strengthen their self-belief. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of conviction. Cardone explains that your level of belief in what you're selling directly influences your ability to close deals. If you're not 100% sold on your product or service, your lack of conviction will be evident to potential buyers, making it harder to gain their trust and commitment. Cardone also touches on the role of personal development in building self-confidence. He suggests that individuals invest time and effort in improving their knowledge, skills, and mindset. This could involve reading books, attending seminars, or practicing sales techniques until they become second nature. The chapter concludes with a reminder that selling yourself is an ongoing process. Just as athletes train regularly to maintain their performance, salespeople must consistently work on their confidence, mindset, and belief in themselves. Cardone urges readers to prioritize this sale above all others, as it forms the foundation for every other success in their lives. Chapter 6. The Price Myth. This chapter challenges one of the most common misconceptions in sales: the belief that price is the primary factor in a buyer's decision-making process. Cardone refers to this as the price myth and argues that focusing too much on price is a mistake that can undermine your ability to close deals. According to Cardone, the real issue isn't the price, but the buyer's perception of value. When customers hesitate because of price, it often means they haven't fully recognized the value of what you're offering. To overcome this objection, salespeople must learn to shift the conversation away from price and focus on the benefits, solutions, and outcomes that their product or service provides. Cardone explains that people are willing to pay a premium for things they perceive as valuable or essential. He uses examples from everyday life, such as luxury cars or high-end technology, to illustrate how consumers frequently choose higher-priced options when they believe the value justifies the cost. The chapter also explores the importance of confidence when addressing price objections. Cardone advises salespeople to stand firm in their pricing and resist the urge to discount unnecessarily. When you project confidence in the value of your product, buyers are more likely to trust your judgment and see the price as fair. Another key takeaway is the role of urgency in overcoming price objections. Cardone encourages salespeople to create a sense of urgency by highlighting the risks of waiting or missing out. This can help buyers move past their concerns about price and make a decision more quickly. Cardone concludes the chapter by reiterating that price is rarely the real issue in sales. He challenges readers to focus on building value, establishing trust, and creating urgency, as these factors are far more influential in closing deals than the price itself. Chapter 7. Your Buyer's Money. In this chapter, Grant Cardone tackles the misconceptions salespeople often have about money and how these beliefs can hinder their success. He explains that many salespeople struggle because they bring their own financial limitations into the sales process, assuming buyers share the same concerns or constraints. This mindset leads them to hesitate when discussing price, undervalue their offerings, or shy away from closing larger deals. Cardone emphasizes that salespeople must detach their personal financial situation from that of their buyers. He points out that there is no shortage of money in the world. Buyers have access to more money than salespeople might realize, and they are willing to spend it when they perceive value. The key is to focus on delivering value rather than worrying about the buyer's ability to pay. Another significant point in this chapter is that money follows confidence. Buyers are more likely to trust and spend money with salespeople who project confidence in their product, pricing, and ability to deliver results. Cardone advises salespeople to be unapologetic about the cost of their products or services and to emphasize the value and outcomes that buyers will receive. The chapter also discusses the importance of understanding the buyer's perspective. Cardone encourages salespeople to ask questions and listen carefully to uncover the buyer's true motivations and concerns. By understanding what matters most to the buyer, salespeople can tailor their pitch to align with the buyer's priorities and justify the cost. Ultimately, Cardone urges readers to adopt an abundance mindset when it comes to money. He reminds them that money is a tool, not a barrier, and that the real challenge is demonstrating value in a way that compels buyers to invest. Chapter 8. You are in the people business. In this chapter, Cardone shifts the focus to the human element of sales. He argues that regardless of the product or service you're selling, the business of sales is ultimately about people. Successful salespeople are those who understand, connect with, and serve their customers effectively. Cardone explains that to excel in the people business, salespeople must develop strong interpersonal skills. This includes building rapport, establishing trust, and genuinely caring about the buyer's needs and concerns. Buyers are more likely to do business with people they like and trust, so creating a positive, personalized experience is essential. One of the key points in this chapter is the importance of empathy. Cardone emphasizes that great salespeople put themselves in their buyers' shoes and make an effort to understand their emotions, challenges, and desires. This allows them to offer solutions that resonate with the buyer on a deeper level. Another critical skill for succeeding in the people business is adaptability. Cardone highlights that no two buyers are the same, and salespeople must be able to adjust their approach based on the individual's personality, communication style, and preferences. This requires paying close attention to verbal and nonverbal cues and being flexible enough to meet the buyer where they are. The chapter also explores the role of enthusiasm in building connections. Cardone explains that enthusiasm is contagious, and buyers are more likely to feel excited about a product or service when the salesperson demonstrates genuine passion and energy. Cardone concludes the chapter by reminding readers that sales is not just about closing deals, it's about building relationships. He encourages salespeople to focus on creating value for their customers and serving them with integrity, as this is the foundation for long-term success. Chapter 9. The Magic of Agreement. In this chapter, Cardone introduces the concept of agreement as a powerful tool for building rapport and overcoming objections in sales. He explains that agreement is not about conceding or giving in, rather, it's about finding common ground with the buyer and creating a collaborative atmosphere. Cardone argues that disagreement, even when minor, can create resistance and tension in the sales process. When buyers feel that their opinions or concerns are being dismissed, they are more likely to become defensive or disengaged. On the other hand, agreement fosters trust and opens the door for productive conversations. The chapter outlines practical strategies for achieving agreement. One of the most effective techniques is active listening. Cardone advises salespeople to truly hear what the buyer is saying, acknowledge their concerns, and validate their feelings. This helps the buyer feel understood and respected, which can diffuse tension and pave the way for a more positive interaction. Another strategy is to reframe objections as opportunities for agreement. For example, if a buyer expresses concern about the price, the salesperson can respond by agreeing with the importance of staying within budget while also highlighting the long-term value of the product. This approach shifts the focus from conflict to collaboration, making it easier to address the buyer's concerns constructively. Cardone also emphasizes the importance of maintaining a positive and agreeable attitude throughout the sales process. Even when faced with rejection or pushback, salespeople should remain calm, courteous, and solution-focused. This not only helps preserve the relationship with the buyer, but also demonstrates professionalism and resilience. The chapter concludes with the reminder that agreement is a skill that can be developed with practice. By mastering the art of agreement, salespeople can create a more harmonious and productive sales experience, ultimately leading to higher levels of success. Chapter 10. Establishing Trust. In this chapter, Grant Cardone emphasizes that trust is the foundation of every successful sales transaction. Without trust, even the best products or services are unlikely to sell. Buyers must feel confident in you, your product, and your organization before they commit to making a purchase. Establishing trust is not just a one-time event, but an ongoing process that requires consistency, integrity, and genuine care for the customer. Cardone explains that trust begins with the salesperson's attitude and behavior. Customers are highly perceptive and can quickly detect dishonesty or insincerity. To build trust, you must be authentic, transparent, and genuinely interested in solving the customer's problems. This means listening carefully to their needs and concerns and tailoring your approach to address them. He also highlights the importance of consistency in establishing trust. If your words and actions don't align, customers will lose confidence in you. For example, making promises you can't keep or failing to follow through on commitments will erode trust and damage your credibility. Cardone suggests several practical strategies for building trust. These include maintaining a professional appearance, demonstrating expertise in your product or service, and being proactive in addressing any concerns the customer might have. He also advises salespeople to avoid overselling or exaggerating, as this can lead to disappointment and mistrust if the product doesn't live up to the hype. The chapter concludes by stressing that trust is a two-way street. Salespeople must trust their customers as well and approach every interaction with a positive, cooperative attitude. Building trust may take time, but it pays off in the form of stronger relationships, repeat business, and referrals. Chapter 11. Give, give, give. This chapter focuses on the concept of giving as a core principle of successful selling. Cardone argues that great salespeople understand the importance of providing value to their customers before asking for anything in return. The act of giving, whether it's in the form of information, assistance, or attention, builds goodwill and creates a strong foundation for a successful sales relationship. Cardone explains that giving is not just about handing out freebies or discounts. Instead, it's about creating a sense of value and demonstrating your commitment to helping the customer achieve their goals. For example, you might provide useful advice, offer a personalized solution, or simply take the time to answer a customer's questions thoroughly. These gestures show that you genuinely care about the customer's needs and are willing to go the extra mile to meet them. He also highlights the psychological impact of giving. When you provide value to someone, they are more likely to feel a sense of reciprocity and be open to considering your offer. This principle, rooted in human psychology, can be a powerful tool for building rapport and trust with your customers. Cardone cautions against approaching giving with a transactional mindset. The goal should not be to manipulate the customer into making a purchase, but to establish a genuine connection and demonstrate your value as a trusted advisor. He encourages salespeople to adopt a mindset of abundance, believing that the more they give, the more they will receive in return. The chapter concludes with a reminder that giving is not limited to the sales process. It should be a guiding principle in all aspects of life, from personal relationships to professional interactions. By adopting a generous, value-driven approach, you can create stronger connections and achieve greater success in both sales and life. Chapter 12. Hard Sell. In this chapter, Cardone tackles the controversial topic of the hard sell and argues that it is often misunderstood. He defines the hard sell not as pushy or aggressive behavior, but as the ability to persist and stand firm in the face of objections or resistance. Cardone believes that a true professional uses the hard sell to help customers overcome their doubts and make decisions that are in their best interest. Cardone explains that the hard sell is necessary because most buyers are hesitant by nature. They may procrastinate, fear making a mistake, or feel overwhelmed by the decision-making process. It is the salesperson's job to guide them through this uncertainty and help them take action. The hard sell, when done correctly, is an act of service rather than pressure. One of the key points in this chapter is the importance of conviction. Cardone stresses that you must be fully sold on your product or service to use the hard sell effectively. If you genuinely believe in the value of what you're offering, you will have the confidence to push past objections and guide the customer toward making a purchase. Cardone also provides practical tips for executing a hard sell. These include staying calm and composed in the face of resistance, using logic and emotion to address the customer's concerns, and creating a sense of urgency to encourage action. He advises salespeople to remain persistent without becoming aggressive, as this can damage the relationship and drive the customer away. The chapter also explores the ethical considerations of the hard sell. Cardone emphasizes that it should never be used to pressure customers into buying something they don't need or can't afford. Instead, it should be reserved for situations where the salesperson truly believes that their product or service will benefit the customer. The chapter concludes with a reminder that the hard sell is a valuable tool in a salesperson's arsenal, but it must be used wisely and ethically. When executed correctly, it can help customers overcome their fears and make decisions that improve their lives. Chapter 13. Massive Action. In this chapter, Grant Cardone introduces the concept of massive action as the key to achieving extraordinary results in sales and life. He argues that most people fail not because they lack talent or resources, but because they fail to take enough action. To succeed, you must operate at a level of action that far exceeds what most people consider normal or sufficient. Cardone describes 4 levels of action: no action, retreat, average action, and massive action. He warns that average action is the most dangerous because it creates the illusion of effort without producing significant results. To stand out and achieve success, you must adopt a massive action mindset and commit to doing whatever it takes to reach your goals. The chapter explores the psychological barriers that prevent people from taking massive action, such as fear of failure, fear of criticism, or a lack of clarity about their goals. Cardone encourages readers to confront these fears head-on and replace them with a commitment to relentless action. He emphasizes that massive action doesn't mean working aimlessly. It requires focus, planning, and a clear understanding of your objectives. Cardone also highlights the ripple effects of massive action. When you operate at this level, you not only achieve your own goals, but also inspire others around you to raise their standards. The chapter concludes with a powerful reminder. Success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility, and massive action is the only way to fulfill it. Chapter 14. The Power Base. In this chapter, Cardone introduces the concept of the power base, which refers to your network of personal and professional relationships. He argues that tapping into your power base is one of the most effective ways to grow your sales pipeline and build a successful career. Many salespeople overlook the value of their existing connections, focusing instead on cold leads or new prospects. Cardone emphasizes that your power base can be a goldmine if leveraged correctly. Your power base includes family, friends, colleagues, former customers, and anyone else with whom you have a relationship. These people are more likely to trust you and be receptive to your offers, making them an excellent starting point for building momentum in your sales efforts. Cardone advises salespeople to reconnect with their power base regularly, not just when they need something. By maintaining strong, genuine relationships, you can create a network of advocates who will support you and refer new business to you. He also suggests that you approach your power base with a mindset of giving rather than taking. Offer value, assistance, or solutions, and the benefits will come back to you naturally. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of expanding your power base. Cardone encourages readers to be proactive in meeting new people, building relationships, and staying connected. Networking is not a one-time activity but an ongoing process that requires consistent effort. The chapter concludes with a reminder that your power base is one of your most valuable assets. By nurturing and leveraging these relationships, you can create a steady stream of opportunities and set yourself up for long-term success. Chapter 15. Keeping your pipeline full. Cardone stresses the importance of maintaining a full pipeline of prospects in this chapter. He argues that one of the biggest mistakes salespeople make is becoming complacent when they have a few deals in progress. Relying on a small number of leads creates a feast or famine cycle that can lead to inconsistent results and unnecessary stress. A full pipeline ensures that you always have new opportunities to pursue, even if some deals fall through. Cardone compares a full pipeline to having a safety net. It gives you the confidence to take risks and stay aggressive in your sales efforts. To keep your pipeline full, you must be relentless in prospecting, following up, and generating new leads. Cardone provides practical tips for filling your pipeline, such as leveraging your power base, using social media, attending networking events, and asking for referrals. He emphasizes the importance of diversification. Don't rely on a single source of leads, as this can make you vulnerable to changes in the market. Instead, create multiple channels for generating prospects and continually refine your approach. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of urgency. Cardone warns against procrastination or overanalyzing when it comes to prospecting. He urges readers to act quickly and consistently, as time is one of the most valuable resources in sales. The chapter concludes with a reminder that a full pipeline is not just about quantity but also quality. While it's essential to generate a high volume of leads, you must also prioritize and qualify them to ensure you're focusing on the most promising opportunities. Chapter 16. Always stay dangerous. In this chapter, Cardone introduces the idea of staying dangerous as a metaphor for maintaining a competitive edge in sales and business. He argues that complacency is one of the biggest threats to success. Many people achieve a certain level of success and then become comfortable, losing the hunger and drive that got them there in the first place. To avoid this trap, you must always stay dangerous, ready to adapt, compete, and thrive in any situation. Staying dangerous means staying sharp, informed, and prepared. Cardone encourages readers to continuously invest in their personal and professional development. This could involve learning new sales techniques, staying up to date on industry trends, or improving your communication and negotiation skills. The goal is to remain a step ahead of your competitors and always be ready to seize new opportunities. Cardone also emphasizes the importance of maintaining a high level of energy and enthusiasm. He explains that your attitude and mindset have a direct impact on your ability to perform at a high level. By staying motivated and focused, you can approach every sales interaction with confidence and a sense of purpose. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of resilience. Staying dangerous means being able to handle setbacks, rejections, and challenges without losing your momentum. Cardone advises readers to view obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as reasons to give up. The chapter concludes with a powerful message. Staying dangerous is not about being reckless or aggressive, it's about staying vigilant, prepared, and committed to your goals. By adopting this mindset, you can ensure that you're always in a position to succeed, no matter what challenges come your way. Chapter 17. Deliver to the buyer. Grant Cardone emphasizes the critical importance of delivering value to the buyer. This chapter focuses on the idea that the sales process doesn't end with closing the deal, it continues through how effectively you deliver the promised product or service to the customer. Cardone explains that over-delivering creates satisfied customers who are more likely to return and recommend your services to others. Delivering to the buyer is about ensuring that their expectations are not just met but exceeded. Cardone advocates for under-promising and over-delivering, ensuring that customers feel they've received more value than they anticipated. He stresses that every interaction with the buyer, including after the sale, is an opportunity to reinforce their trust in you and your product. Cardone discusses the importance of communication during the delivery process. Buyers want to feel informed and confident that their purchase is being handled professionally. Keeping them updated, addressing any concerns promptly, and ensuring smooth delivery are essential aspects of this phase. Additionally, Cardone highlights the role of follow-up after delivery. He encourages salespeople to check in with customers to ensure satisfaction and address any potential issues. By maintaining a relationship with the buyer, you open the door to future sales and referrals. The chapter concludes by reminding readers that delivering to the buyer is not just about completing the transaction, it's about creating a memorable experience that builds loyalty and trust. Chapter 18. The perfect sales process. In this chapter, Cardone outlines what he calls the perfect sales process. While every sales interaction is unique, he argues that successful salespeople follow a structured approach that allows them to stay organized, focused, and effective. The perfect sales process is designed to build rapport, identify the buyer's needs, present a compelling solution, and close the deal. Cardone breaks the process into key stages. Introduction. Establishing a strong first impression and building rapport. This step involves creating a connection with the buyer and setting the tone for the interaction. Discovery. Understanding the buyer's needs, preferences, and pain points. Cardone stresses the importance of asking the right questions and listening actively to gather relevant information. Presentation. Demonstrating how your product or service solves the buyer's problem or fulfills their need. This step requires a thorough understanding of your product and the ability to tailor your presentation to the buyer's specific situation. Handling objections. Addressing any concerns or doubts the buyer may have. Cardone explains that objections are a natural part of the sales process and should be seen as opportunities to provide additional value and clarity. Closing the deal. Asking for the buyer's commitment and finalizing the sale. Cardone emphasizes the importance of confidence and persistence during this stage. Cardone also discusses the importance of adaptability within the sales process. While the structure provides a framework, salespeople must be able to adjust their approach based on the buyer's personality, preferences, and reactions. The chapter concludes with a reminder that the perfect sales process is not about manipulating the buyer, but about guiding them through a decision-making journey that benefits both parties. Chapter 19. Success is your duty. Cardone delivers one of the book's most motivational messages in this chapter. Success is not a choice or a matter of luck, it is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. He challenges readers to shift their mindset from viewing success as optional to treating it as a fundamental requirement of their lives. Cardone argues that success is not just about personal gain, it has a broader impact on your family, community, and the world. When you achieve success, you create opportunities for others and contribute to the growth of society. Conversely, failure to pursue success can lead to mediocrity, missed opportunities, and unfulfilled potential. A key point in this chapter is the rejection of excuses. Cardone explains that blaming external factors for a lack of success is a common trap that prevents people from taking responsibility for their outcomes. He encourages readers to adopt a proactive mindset and take full ownership of their actions and results. Cardone also highlights the role of persistence and resilience in achieving success. He stresses that setbacks and failures are inevitable, but they should be seen as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as reasons to give up. The chapter concludes with a powerful call to action. Commit to success as a non-negotiable aspect of your life. Treat it as a duty that you owe to yourself, your loved ones, and the world. By adopting this mindset, you can unlock your full potential and create a life of purpose and achievement. Chapter 20. Omnipresence. In the final chapter, Cardone introduces the concept of omnipresence as a strategy for achieving unparalleled success in sales and business. Omnipresence means making yourself and your brand so visible and recognizable that customers can't ignore you. Cardone argues that in a crowded marketplace, being good is not enough, you must strive to be everywhere, all the time. Cardone explains that creating omnipresence requires a combination of marketing, networking, and personal branding. He encourages salespeople to leverage multiple channels to reach their audience, including social media, email, events, and traditional advertising. The goal is to ensure that your name, face, and message are consistently in front of potential customers. A critical aspect of omnipresence is consistency. Cardone stresses that you must maintain a constant presence in the minds of your audience, even when they're not actively looking to buy. By staying top of mind, you increase the likelihood that they will think of you when they need your product or service. Cardone also discusses the role of personal energy and enthusiasm in creating omnipresence. He argues that people are naturally drawn to those who radiate confidence, passion, and positivity. By embodying these qualities, you can attract more attention and create a lasting impression on your audience. The chapter concludes with a reminder that achieving omnipresence is a long-term commitment. It requires consistent effort, creativity, and a willingness to stand out from the competition. However, the rewards, greater visibility, increased sales, and a stronger brand are well worth the investment. Conclusion. Grant Cardone's Sell or Be Sold is not just a book, it's a wake-up call. It dares you to look beyond the ordinary, to question the limits you've unconsciously accepted, and to embrace the fact that everything in life is a transaction. From the first page to the last, it's clear that this isn't just about selling a product or service, it's about mastering the art of influence, building unshakable confidence, and reclaiming control over your destiny. The principles laid out in this book challenge conventional thinking, pushing you to adopt a mindset of abundance and action. Cardone's teachings are a powerful reminder that in every interaction, you are either the persuader or the persuaded. And in a world where competition is fierce and opportunities are fleeting, standing still is not an option. By the end of this journey, you'll have the tools to sell with authenticity, to create value in every conversation, and to approach every day with the energy and tenacity of a true professional. More than that, you'll realize that the skills of a great salesperson, resilience, persistence, and creativity are the very skills needed to thrive in any aspect of life. So, as you close this book, remember, the principles you've learned here are only as powerful as the action you take. The choice is yours. Step into the role of the seller and shape the life you want, or be sold on the life others decide for you.